Path Forward, presented by Nina Leifer. 2020 was an unprecedented year. Cities were tasked with responding to a global pandemic, civil unrest, devastation of several different industries, high unemployment rates, and much, much more. Our city's capabilities and resources were tested this past year. There are several lessons that they should carry forward into this new year and others that should be left behind. The pandemic, among other events, highlighted the importance of urban design and development in making a city resilient. The virus was able to spread more easily because of crowded housing and a lack of green and open spaces available to residents. Cities need to continue creating spaces for all residents to use to support both their mental and physical well-being. And cities need to leave behind the notion that decent housing is only a social justice issue. It is an issue that affects public health and the overall resilience of the community. Cities learn that in order to respond quickly and effectively, they need to be more prepared. This means testing out their emergency plans and redundancy systems through drills and simulations for multiple scenarios a few times a year. They need to continue to work across functions and disciplines to meet the complex needs of an interconnected system. The vulnerable groups should continue to receive additional support as well. And lastly, they must work on being proactive instead of reactive in the face of a crisis. Cities need to diversify supply chains and increase local input in order to respond more effectively to disruptions in the chain. Decentralization reduces the single points of failure that make these systems so vulnerable. There has been success in privatization and decentralization of public services, and cities must identify domino effects of certain hazard situations on the system overall. The pandemic has proved the need for real-time geolocated publicly available information to city managers across all sectors. Technology-driven approaches have been successful in containing the virus and aids in a better response and recovery. Digital transformation must be embraced by cities to connect all public services and increase accessibility. Ultimately, residents need to be engaged in the design and implementation of smart city capabilities going forward. A lot of progress still needs to be made, but in the meantime, thank you so much for your time and consideration.